Good evening, everyone. I'm Nitsky1, and we're just about ready to get started here with our Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Highway to the Zemus-Zone Baron Round of 16 matchup. My co-commentator Khobahi is having sort of a minor technical issue, so to introduce, it was previously introduced, we have dipwood, Couch 23, SwimmyLionni, and ScratchDragon. We have a Casual Rose and a Casual Edge. Fortunately, everybody dashes so fast, I didn't get that item, but shout out to my tracker Dipwood, who shows me that it's the Baron key as we start off. 4 go in, 3 go home. It's really, really unfair because all these runners are great runners, and you know, at this point the cream comes to the top, and unfortunately some people are going to have to go home. So definitely in a situation where you have differences of opinion and differences on how things are going to go, look for some different strategies as they turn their screens Baron red, except I believe Couch has forgotten, or I believe he might have had some sort of issue with the actual, which is not a big deal. The game still plays. So we do see Kidia here in the Baron Inn. We see a bit of divergence as we saw Couch dip into the Dancian Treasury. Hopefully you can hear. I heard myself, so.
And we see our first spotting of a wyvern.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah, I got my audio fixed. So Dipwood going straight into those Baron Inn fights, finding Wyvern in the first fight and Odin in the second.
Well, definitely gotta go hard in the paint on this one.
Definitely. Though, with Edge, if you can keep him alive, he can dish out some damage pretty early, so.
Absolutely. Even with those short swords, he's still doing 660. That's, at this point, the beginning game, you'd be lucky to do 30 with Cecil and King. But unfortunately, Odin wrecking Edge.
And sadly, his defenses are not quite up to par yet, and a couple hits and the Edge is taken down. We have Couch 23, who has decided to go straight into the Antlion Cave.
Definitely a smart place to go. Lots of treasure chests there. And it's a play I would make. But I'm not Couch 23. I had heard a rumor that he was so much in the zone last night that he worked 2 randomizers into the future. So look for him to make some crazy plays here, as we do see SwimmyLionni dipping into the Troya Treasury, the mini treasury I call it, getting some items there for his trouble. See Scratch buying a long sword, definitely a good strategy there.
Yeah, those long swords will help Edge's damage quite a bit, because he can only afford 1. He might come back for 2 when he does the Baron Inn if he doesn't find anything by then. But, and we see Couch changing his menu color now.
Yeah. That's okay. He'll get there. He's not actually getting ahead, guys. Thankfully, Wyvern in a very easy spot. We do see some captains for Dipwood and some Starvales at the Troya bar spot, if you will, or cafe spot.
And the boss here in the Antlion Cave is the Baron Soldier fight. So a relatively easy fight and a relatively easy spot. So
exactly.
Should make quick work of this.
Yeah. Hopefully he's rewarded for his bold play here. The Officer Soldier. He uses the hourglass, probably just to get the extra experience from the officer, although he uses a coffin, so no big deal. And let's see what he is rewarded with for all of his hard work. That's right.
Oh my! ScratchDragon takes out Odin and immediately finds the crystal, where Couch 23 finds the pan in the Antlion Cave.
Oh baby, this has got Jet Seed written all over it. The question is, you've only got 2 characters. You still need a little help.
Well, he's got 3 characters now. He just picked up Rydia in the Baron Inn. He has a Dragon Whip for Rydia as well, I believe.
Oh, does he? Well, you know, Rydia needs some levels before I really call her a character. She starts with the lowest of HPs, even lower than Edward's starting HP. So he needs to get her some levels. But definitely, I would say ScratchDragon in the early lead.
Definitely, especially with the knowledge of having that early crystal, he's going to be doing everything he can to find access to, I guess, the endgame and a leveling strategy. We have Swimmy also making his way into the Antlion Cave, picking up those treasures, and getting his pan eventually.
Yeah, Couch scouting for D-Mist, I believe. He popped into Octomam, and it wasn't there. Mom Bomb, he nopes out of that, so... Duplicate Rosette at the summit of Mount Hobbs there, so... We have found our duplicate.
We will have many duplicates in this seed. With the round of 16, right. We have introduced the C3 flag. This means that there is only 5 unique characters in the entire run.
I totally forgot. That's absolutely right. We had those minor technical difficulties, so I didn't get a chance to run through the flags there. Very exciting. Very exciting.
So it's quite possible, if this seed is fast enough, we may see a Edge Rosa Rydia ending. This
is very true. You do, as long as they haven't found sirens yet, that's really probably the only thing potentially slowing them down. But at this point, you know, anything can still happen.
Invader Monks, he just used the level up of Edge, being level 25, and having a longsword to take out Odin.
Yes, whereas Dipwood only had the 2 short swords, was not doing nearly as much damage.
We see Couch trying to go for the fight, but eating the Mega Nuke from the Wyvern in that first slot.
That is really unfortunate there. Hopefully, this time around he figures it out, and he gets him.
Yep.
And I think Couch has found some other sword for Edge, because I noticed it was a different color. I don't know if that's a long sword. Run buffer, yes, Couch shot. Sorry, go ahead, Khobahi.
I was about to say, I just saw Scratch pick up the ninja sword in Damsian Castle. I would guess that is what Couch has, as he looted that up earlier.
That would make sense then. Yes, Demarine, Couch 23 is part of the Elusive Sub-2 Club. So he knows run buffers, when to use them, when not to use them. All over the place. He's doing work right now, but he's hanging in tough. Let's see if he can pull this off. And he's in there.
So Couch will be the second runner with the crystal, whereas Dipwood and Swimmy have both picked up their pan. And we have Swimmy moving on to the Fabul Castle, and I'm sure Dipwood's going to be moving on to that soon as well.
Yeah. Couch already having the pan. I wonder now at this point for him what he is going to do. Still no underground access, and no pass yet, so still some work to do for all of these runners. It looks as though still looks very, very close. D-Lunars at Fabul, I believe?
Yeah, and Swimmy using Edge's Flame to make quick work of them.
Yep, not only can Edge do physical DPS, can cast everybody's favorite, Unreflectable Flame. The dream.
Is he Dipwood in the fight, using some Ultra Tactics and Edge to take care of these D-Lunars?
Yeah, with such low HP, I don't anticipate seeing the Dipwood Reflect Lunar special.
Yes,
sadly.
And we do get the Magma Key from Fabul, so access to the Underworld and all those extra slots to find access to leveling spots and maybe even the Darkness Crystal or Pass to make this a true Jet Seed.
Wow, could we be finished in 45 minutes? It is possible. It is definitely possible. It looks like Scratch is just going to use Flame here at the Antlion Cave, so that should definitely not be a problem for him there.
Yeah, Ruben points out there was another Zeus Gauntlet in the Vabul pot with a second one that they got from Baron, so they are pretty well equipped on Edge to, go to the endgame.
I was gonna say, if only Edge could wear 2 Zeus Gauntlet. How powerful might he?
Hey, maybe one of these runners will get spicy and grow Rydia up. She can wear it if she's an adult. With that dragon whip, she might be able to do some decent damage.
I did not know that. I knew about the staff rod issue, but I didn't realize she could wear gauntlets.
So Couch 23, Dipwood, and Swimmy all have their Magma Key now. I'm gonna guess Scratch is gonna head over to Vabul soon, possibly, to get that himself, but he might check out the Kaipo Inn first for items.
It's interesting. I'm curious where Couch is going to go next, now that he does have access to the underworld. Swimmy might be... Oh good, he's changed his mind. I thought he might go down the Baron Key rabbit hole. He has decided to fight Wyvern and Odin.
Yeah, so if he beats them here, he will also pick up his crystal, and probably, I would assume after that, head straight to the underworld.
As we do see, I was just gonna say, Couch appears to be headed to the underworld. He throw a magma key down a hole. Noises are gonna happen. And the world's gonna open up. It's definitely quite possible, Mercus. You want to avoid doing the double dip. ScratchDragon was nice enough to show us that Sid is taking a nap, so interesting choice. Do you want to pick up Sid as the character if you run into Sand Ruby? I don't know. Depends on when you find it. Couch, I believe, will probably dip Pan, but I'm just a commentator. What do I know?
I mean, the Pan is a very nice quick check for 3 key item slots, which at this point they're looking for access to the moon or the past to, show them where the end of the game lies.
Yep. Couch is no stranger to grinding in different ways, a la the D Machine grind. Yes, Scratch has decided. You know what? I'm not going to do Fabul. It's definitely, unfortunately, the wrong rabbit hole to go down. But that is what it is. As we do see Couch going through, and we will see what is in there for his troubles.
That's true. Dipwood did find coffins in Agart. Although this could work out for ScratchDragon. If he finds, say, the Darkness Crystal here, and then ends up finding even, Sirens on the Moon, he could be in a really good spot.
You are absolutely right. Free fight here with King and Queen Eblin. Won't be too hard. We'll see who the Kinatsu boss is. Maybe value at a true King Odin spot, perhaps. Perhaps that's where the Darkness Crystal is. Who knows?
Although that Odin spot will be much more difficult than some of these fights they're doing already.
This is very true, but I'm hoping for some very bold plays. So far, we see 2 different strategies. We see on the bottom, Scratch and Swimmy taking the Baron Key route, whereas Dipwood and Couch have decided, you know what? I've had enough of the overworld. Give me the underground. And give me the dream here. And an Earth Crystal for Couch. Potentially 2 more huge characters. He is now thinking to himself, man, what do I do? I have an Earth Crystal. I have a Baron Key. I believe there were Cure 3s here in the Famart shop.
Yep, and with the C3 flag, Cure 3s are guaranteed to be in the seed somewhere, but they're most likely to be locked behind a key item shop.
So as you see, it's a Couch sales event. Everything must go. He just sells everything like it's going out of style. He wants to load up on those cure things. He wants to do that once and once only, and he sells the Zeus card. What a guy! That's Silver Star. You got to make the plays. He is like, you know what? There's a Dragoon Spear. There's going to be no king. He can feel it already.
Oh, and apparently the king of Baron was Baigan all along.
Fake king, fake seed, reward. Shouldn't be too difficult. In this spot, he's only got 3,000 HP, split between the 3 there, so he doesn't hit for too hard. The right arm doesn't do too much. See Rosa getting hit for 10, so he should be through there, and we'll see if he finds a character, which is important. Rydia's taking a nap, and Scratch seems okay with that.
Yeah, we see Baigan going down without much problem. I guess Edge is the only one alive, but at this point, he's happy to have the fight done.
Well, exactly. Scratch will just boomerang those guys. Oh boy, there's someone you didn't want to see.
Cecil, and a Dark Knight Cecil at that. Though if they keep him at a low enough level, they can use him as an agility anchor.
That's absolutely true. So we do know who our final 5 are. So if you had Kane picked in your draft pool, you lose. You got Sid, DK Cecil, or Cecil in general. You got Kane, or not Kane, sorry, Edge, Kane, and Rosa and Rydia. So you've got enough. Like, even with the 3, even if you pulled along Sid, even if you pulled along DK Cecil if you wanted to, it's, you know, there could be worse parties. You could have Tella and Edward, so.
And having looked at it, Couch has looked at all the shops in the underworld now, so unless they're hiding somewhere we didn't see in the overworld, sirens are either in Eblon Cave, on the moon, or not existent.
Very interesting. And a legendary sword for a legendary Dark who can't use it. All the sadness.
And with us knowing Kane is not available now, the Dragoon Spear they got from hitting Yang with a pan is not going to go to use.
So Catch already knowing, making the plays, he's like, there's going to be no Kane. They gave me a good item here, so we're going to see some looting from Scratch. I think he's going to go and loot the, what I just call the Baron Treasury. Nope, rolls right by it.
I think he's going to go check the boss at the Odin spot.
Hey, if it's a free fight there, we're still N1 flags. So if Water Hag's hanging out down there, if someone easy changes the battle speed, he knows this is a fast boss. Ooh. Oh, and it's Octo.
Octomom is going to hit like a truck in that spot.
Oh my god, and hit fast too. Yep, 642, Rydia. And he needs to do way too much DPS. Between Rosa and Edge, I don't think he has enough to... No.
We see the reset there. We see Dipwood is cashing in his 1 Siren to get some levels. Oddly enough, he's the only one who has not done the Baron in yet to find his crystal.
Yes, he seems to have avoided this spot. I hope he is not going down the wrong rabbit hole. He is going to find Magma Key, though. That might set him off on a completely different path.
Well, he already has the Magma Key. I believe he's going to turn in the pan now.
Oh, sorry.
We have ScratchDragon climbing Mount Ordeals.
ScratchDragon has his Dark Knight Cecils, so definitely wants to make him useful. I'm sure if the other runners had a choice, I'm sure they would not complete Baron Castle and not have DK Cecil in the party at all, because the way the game works, the agility...
we have a Darkness Crystal.
Sheila holding value.
Sheila holding Darkness Crystal with the first item, just the Drain Spear with the second, but the Darkness is the most important here.
Oh baby, Drain Spear.
So we are officially in go mode, we just need a way to level up.
And you better believe at this point, Couch is going to go with those 3. He will figure out a way. He might do. I've seen some alternate grinding strats to get some levels. I've seen a Mac Giant grind. I believe Penguin Eater did that once, so there are options.
Although with the two characters we have, some of those grinds early on might not be the easiest to set up.
This is very true. But nobody said this game was an easy game, did they?
We have Dipwood finally returning to the Baron Inn, and he's going to find his crystal here.
He will be very happy he decided not to go down the rabbit hole there. As we see Scratch going up ordeals and having Mylon 1 in the Mylon Z position. Definitely a little reversal of fortune there with French Vanilla Mylon.
He got bored of the other side of the bridge.
Couch, I don't think has gone to Kaipo, so I think he's still looking for sirens.
Yeah, he's definitely checking all the shops, making sure he's not going to miss sirens. Might see him pick up some hourglasses here. Yeah, he does.
Definitely a smart strategy. He might even go, he could Lunar Subterrane and just grind gold dragons.
I mean, he'd have to get lucky with the spawns and hope that his characters don't die before he can get those hourglasses off.
Fortune favors the bold, and it looks as though that's what he's going to do, as he triggers the Tower of Wishes cutscene.
We have Swoomy going down to hit Yang with a pan, and I assume going to return it, he'll find his Darkness Crystal as well, get into go mode. ScratchDragon about to receive something here in Ordeals. And it's just a Bahamut summon. Though, with Lydia, that's not the worst thing in the world, and can enable some grinding.
I was gonna say that might bode well for him. Yes, Grand Flyer, it is possible Couch might find Sirens on the Moon. I'm sure that's what he's ultimately hoping for. And we do see Val as the final boss. Thankfully, she only has 1,000 HP, because without Keen to stop her spin, she can be a little bit of a... But no problem for Scratch there, and he is through. His Cecil is real now. Just go find him one of them fancy crystal swords, and he'll become super useful.
Yeah, we see Dipwood following the Baronin route. He'll eventually find a Cecil and a Legend Sword. Swimmy's about to go grab his, I believe, Earth Crystal from the Fame Ouch. And there was no Sirens on the Moon, though there is Bacchus Wines.
Couch trying to strategize, trying to figure out what in the world he's going to do. He stole everything. The cupboards are bare, Couch. What are you going to do? Gonna buy 10 boxes and move on. You're right, Mortale? It could be, but nobody's got time to find the hook. Invenerable, I believe Couch has some Hourglass 3.
Yeah, he bought 10 Hourglass 3s.
They were in Kaipo.
Yes.
And we're going to see who's on the moon. He is probably hoping for a duplicate at this point.
Or somebody like Kane with that, although I think he sold the Dragon Spear. He does find Sid on the moon.
Which he'll be okay with Sid. Sid will be a tank. He'll take some HP. Or not take some HP. He'll grow up some levels there and be a good cushion to hit again.
Pushwall, I believe Couch did check the dwarf shop, and there was definitely not Sirens there.
Yeah, I believe Couch has checked all of the shops.
Yep. We just saw Swoomy taking a look at the Fame-Ouch bosses. We saw Dr. Luge and some Lunar Subterrane boss.
Yeah, that's a no bueno.
Yeah, Couch is on his way back to Earth. I wonder if he's going to try and grind somewhere, or possibly do a couple more spots to hope for the hook to find Sirens. Or...
Oh, he's gonna make the dip into Baron Castle, I think. Oh, he will not like that.
No, so
he's going to do something else.
Yeah, so he's most likely to find a legend sword in a Cecil, then have that choice of climbing Mount Ordeals.
He's going to take a rest, though. Being an intrepid adventurer is hard work.
I don't believe he bought any cabins or tents, spending all his money on coffins, hourglasses, bacchus wines, the essentials.
Absolutely. You need that wine and you need those coffins, otherwise who needs tents and cabins?
Yeah, Dipwood taking out the king that is Bagan, about to get his Cecil, probably be a little disappointed.
And it looks as though Couch is going to make the same play and will be equally disappointed. Although, I wonder if Couch would know about it.
I'm not sure. And we finally have ScratchDragon going to Fabul. He's going to find his magma key, and then I'm going to guess follow the Pan route, maybe the Feymarch route, and then see where it goes from there.
You're very right, Rivers. Thank you for dropping the knowledge. I appreciate you joining us this evening. Yes, Swimmy is about to hit go mode here. He will find the darkness crystal. And he's going to turn in the pan to find the best spear in the world, the Dream. So far, I believe everybody, as soon as Scratch finishes up here, will be in go mode. Couch is in go mode. Dipwood's in go mode.
Scratch has a couple more things to do. He still has to go through the underworld and actually hit Yang with that pan. Couch and Dipwood both in the Baron. Dipwood about to get his Legend Sword. Couch about to start the first fight against the King and Queen of Eblon.
That's very true. Would he... do D-Machines die to Coffin? F. Coughlin, that is a great question.
The answer is no. They do not die to coffins. So without a form of weak, I guess at all in this scene, knowing the characters we have, I guess Rydia would get it eventually, but by the time she has weak, you don't need to grind anymore.
No. What you could do is, I believe, while they're not susceptible to death, I believe you can stop them. Someone in chat verify my claim there. Unless, Khobahi, do you know? Can
not 100% sure on the D-Machine stop, but I'm pretty sure you'd stop the Searcher and not be able to get any more D-Machines.
But I know that there is an encounter with just D-Machine by itself, so at least you could stop one, at least get something.
River's telling us the stop does in fact hit D-Machines. And yeah, to follow up on, we have the crystal, the magma key already, we have a darkness crystal. The problem with this seed right now is our runners don't have a good way to level. We have not seen sirens anywhere, we don't have a good way to do the D-Machine grind, so this is now a race to see who can level up first and then get to Zeromus.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, Rivers. He's got a boatload of HP. I thought of that as soon as I said it. I was like, that's not good.
I mean, if D-Machine is classified as a dragon, Rydia does have a dragon whip.
That's very true. Even dumping in and unlocking trap chests and Eblin. Or maybe just grind against bosses.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of routes to take, and it'll be interesting to see what all our runners decide to do. Dipwood getting trolled by the NPC, trying to leave town.
Use that exit. Oh wait, nobody's gone up Zot to give Rosa her exit spell. Great programming.
Yeah, Swimmy's about to check out his character on the moon, about to get his Sid. We'll see where he goes from there. Scratch finally going down to hit Yang with that pan. Eventually we'll wind up with his Darkness Crystal. And Couch about to get his Legend Sword.
All that hard work rewarded. What a game.
At this point, it is still anyone's game. Like, it's up to these runners to find a way to level up, and it will be exciting to see who does what and what all the differences are.
Supremacy, I would agree with you. That's it's going to be the tagline for this race. We give you items. Do you know how to grind? Lots of people scared of the moon.
Yeah, it looks like Couch might be our first runner that's going to head up the Tower of Zot. Because he's already checked this town, and I would assume he's looking for that hook to hopefully find sirens.
That's a tough one. That's I mean, I'm scared of the moon, so I definitely get it. But when you're at this level, you gotta make those plays. As we see, Couch looting, like the 99-cent store, opening everything up and getting some decent games.
I saw pretty much a sorcerer and an apple out of that he'll be happy with. The rest of it was kind of not great. The strength wing would normally be a really good find if they hadn't already found 3 Zeus gauntlets.
Yes. He's put the heroin robe on Rydia. Very interesting strategy. Looks like maybe Rydia's going to do some work.
I mean, Dragon Whip Rydia is pretty strong. It'll be interesting to see if he maybe grows her up to put one of those strength whips on her.
Yeah, could also put a Zeus gauntlet. Although he stole all those.
Yeah, we do have Swimmy climbing ordeals now, so he will find his eventual... I can't remember what was on top of the... Bahamut Summon. Might be slightly disappointed in that, but he's going to get his Cecil into Paladin mode.
Which is definitely a smart...
Couch finding some equips for his Sid to make him do a little bit more damage than with his normal hammer.
We see ScratchDragon at the weapon shop. Looks like he's going to buy something. He's trying to figure out what to sell to get. I'm not quite sure what he's going to be buying, Khobahi.
Looks like he's getting a Lilith Rod, so he might be on the road of making Rydia with that Bahamut more powerful.
Definitely a good strategy. I believe the Lilith Rod is 3rd best rod. Could be 4th.
And it might be that Scratch is going to use that Bahamut summon and go to the moon with Rydia and use his leveling there. It'd be a very decent strategy if he has hourglasses.
Definitely would be, as we see Couch basically just running through Zot. We have Dipwood getting his very own Lunar Whale. We see Swimmy against Calbrina here.
Yeah, in the normal Mylon spot, about to find his reverse Mylon after this fight. Looks like Couch is also looking for the trap chest in Tower of Zot to see if he can find himself a decent item here.
And he finds it. Got our very own Flame Dog. Shouldn't be a problem, because his flame attack is damage based on your HP, so...
And he gets an immediate paralyze with that Dragon Whip anyways.
Yeah.
And Flame Dog goes down. That's Swimmy fighting regular Mylon. Like ScratchDragon heading into the Famouch. Ooh, just a diamond armor for Couch. Not really the most useful.
No, it's better than a Drain Sphere, but not by much. I think it's worth it. That's a great question, Epic Meme. I don't see any of them going to 10 key items. It would take too long.
It's quite possible that some of them might aim for it. If any of them find the hook and find sirens, I would guess their look for key items would immediately stop there, but it's hard to tell what all these races are thinking when, I'm in go mode, but I have no way to easily level up, except for possibly ScratchDragon if he can use that Bahamut. And Swimmy might be in the same boat right after he's done ordeals.
Yeah. If Couch might be hoping for the hook to check out the kid. Maybe that's why he is up here, because he has a full party. There's no use at this point being at Zod unless you're just looking for that key item. You know, Gang Rosa exit is the best spot.
You find really Stoke Knight Cecil in the Mega Sister spot. Luckily, Edge and Sid have enough health to live through it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very true. Like, random encounters in the LSD are still a really good experience, and it's very doable, but I believe at this point, Scratch and now Swimmy are the only ones with Bahamut, and everyone else being a lower level, they might think it might take way too long to get those grind fights going.
Well, exactly, because I'm looking like Dipwood's low 20s. I haven't seen Couches, but I'm sure he's in low to mid 20s. Like even 17 from... He's in mid-teens, so he's definitely not Lunar subtrain ready, even turning random encounters on.
We have Scratch heading up to the moon now. Dipwood's up on the moon checking the shop. Swimmy has his Bahamut, has defeated Valvalis, and is heading down. And we have Couch about to find, you know, a duplicate Edge, a duplicate someone else, although I believe he's still missing Sid himself. And then...
no, he has a full party. That's why I was a little confused by this play. And it is
he finds a duplicate Sid anyways.
There you go. You definitely called it. So he's just gonna run in here and
see which boss he fights and which key item he gets afterwards. ScratchDragon checking that Lunar shop to find sirens. Sadly, they're not going to be there for him, but he might be happy with the Bacchus wines.
It is Golbez. Yee.
That's a rough
He
fight.
does have Star Veils. He has those Star Veils, so hopefully he's paying attention. Scratch binds some Hourglass 2s there. Swimmy having his Rydia learn Bahamut. Dipwood is going back underground, I believe. Maybe he's going to make Rydia grow up.
Yeah, it looks like he's heading for that Dwarf Castle, resurrected Rydia, and healing up. So... Definitely not a bad strategy. You wanna, if the goal is to look for key items or to look for something to help you out to gain levels, definitely you could do worse. Definitely. We have ScratchDragon going in. He'll about to find the Sid on the moon. Looks like Couch is gonna have no problem getting that Star Veil up on Rydia because she did not get old gassed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Looks like we have the moon Ingodes as the first boss in Dwarf Castle.
Definitely should be pretty free. DK Cecil dying there, not a huge deal.
No, at this point, unless he does ordeals, it's probably not part of his plans to really use Cecil.
And as you can see, the magic power in this spot is quite high, as those Fire 2s are hitting Golbez for over 2k.
Yep. And you can't finish him off with a reflected spell, but a whip from Rydia and Golbez goes down.
Yeah, it's funny how that's coded that you have to actually do some damage yourself.
We do see ScratchDragon heading straight into the Lunar subterranean. My bet is he'll most likely turn on encounters and go for some grinding.
Definitely a good strategy. Looks as though Scratch is going to check out the black sheep of the Lunar subterranean bosses in Pale Dim spot.
Yeah, going straight for those bosses. Dipwood makes quick work of the Baron Ingodes, and we find a pink tail for Couch, which normally would be very nice, but we do not have the hook to turn that into an adamant armor.
No, we don't. And it's Dark Imps. If he does this right, he can definitely pull in the experience, but those Dark Imps hit like a truck.
Definitely, like, not able to get that Hourglass off early enough. He might try again with a lower battle speed, but...
Yeah. Although I don't know if he turned it back down. He did have it on 3. I don't know if he moved it back to...
Yeah. Oh, we find the water hag in the second dwarf castle fight, so Dipwood will make quick work of this. While Swimmy found himself the Dark Knight Cecil, soon to be followed up by a Golbez fight. Couch making the same play as Dipwood and heading into the dwarf castle for his Baron infight, followed by Water Hag, where Scratch is heading straight back for that Pale Dim spot and the Dark Imps.
He wants some revenge. I think he's a little more prepared this time. There we go. Turn that battle speed down a bit. Get those buffers in. Should see on Couch's side here. He should be life glitching at least one of them.
Well, it looks like he just berserks up Edge and destroys the guards.
That's one way to do it.
And Scratch does get the Hourglass off against the Dark Imps here. Queued it up with a couple characters to make sure it got off, but
the
fight
definitely
should be pretty
stopped.
free from here.
Yes. Get your characters up and just whack. Basically, just whack away at them.
Dipwood is rewarded with the tower key for the dwarf castle, so we'll see if he jumps into there now or what he's gonna do. Couch gonna find the same. Swimmy gonna find his Golbez fight in a second. And Scratch making work of these Dark Imps that are, just dying to coffins.
And Scratch does do the life glitch on one of them, so he'll be rewarded with some more XP. The Lunar sub-train bosses do have a lot of experience, so definitely good to do that where possible. 78,000 experience. Cecil gains a casual 20 levels.
Yeah, and looks like 5 to 10 for the rest of his characters as well.
So his survivability goes through the roof at this point.
We do see Dipwood heading straight for the tower now, about to use that tower key.
And a Gungnir spear rewarded at Pale Dim spot. So basically it's just money at this point.
Yeah, money and experience is all he got there.
Yeah. Which could, at this point, he's not complaining too much. Excuse me. Goodness, sorry about that.
We got Swimmy. Hopefully going to be dealing with this Golbez pretty quickly. If we can get a Starveil up. We'll see if Couch decides to go into the tower and follow up what Dipwood is doing. At this point, I'd say Scratch might have the edge if he continues leveling here and then just goes down to Zeromus, but it's hard to tell. If one of these people find the hook, find some sirens, they might be able to make some quick experience and get up there. Ooh, at the top of the tower, we find the Mist Dragon.
Definitely an interesting strategy. Couch did find a siren somewhere.
Yeah, I believe they found a siren in a chest somewhere earlier. Dipwood cashed that in a little bit ago. Couch mercilessly killing off his Cecil before he kills this egg. Yeah, he's definitely keeping Cecil at a lower level to use him as an agility anchor for Zeromus. He's probably not going to do ordeals unless he really needs to.
No, exactly. He's happy to keep DK Cecil around.
Yeah, this Mist Dragon may take some time to kill. He'll do 3 attacks, go into Mist form. You attack him in Mist form, he kind of retaliates. But he should be able to make work of him in a relatively quick manner. Also killing off his Cecil.
I'm surprised that he doesn't have Rydia using Bahamut, but maybe she doesn't have enough MP to cast it.
With him not having a Paladin Cecil, he has not climbed Mount Ordeals. He does not have the Bahamut summon.
Oh, that's right. Thanks, Khobahi.
Yeah, I believe our only runners with the Bahamut summon are Swimmy and ScratchDragon.
That's right.
And yeah, Scratch just going for these Lunar bosses, trying to get some experience. Trying to get to a point where he can fight Zeromus. Looks like he finds a Karate, which he actually does have the Paladin Cecil to deal with.
And that's if Paladin Cecil survives, as Yang takes out his non-existent red sword and swap Cecil for...
Ooh, and Cecil goes down and he
damage.
just immediately resets.
Oh.
He might go for that again, maybe trying to use an illusion if he has one, or blink Cecil immediately. Gonna lower his battle speed. Basically, he needs to get 2 of those kicks to go off, and then if he hits with Paladin Cecil, the script is set to just immediately end the fight.
Oh, and a Berserked Edge will definitely slow this fight down. And Demus will hit with that coldness, which does not do much damage, but definitely slows you down.
And seeing his mistake, he actually kills off his edge here. He's gonna probably bring him back to life.
That is definitely something I have not seen before in one of these races. Killing off your character on purpose, that's a good character.
Yeah, we see Swimmy also now on the Lunar subterranean, about to take out some bosses, about to fight his Dark Imps for his Gungnir Spear. And Scratch makes quick work of that Yang, with Cecil living through the 2 kicks. We'll see what he gets here. It is the pass. So, an alternate route to Zeromus. If he ends up finding the hook, who knows, but at this point I'd say he's just going to grind on the moon.
I would definitely agree with that assessment. You're here already. You might as well.
Yeah, Dipwood and Couch slogging through this Demus fight. We'll see what they get after that, and the extra slot, and so there's potential 3 key items here for them. Between Demus, the top of the tower, and the super cannon.
I would challenge that Couch might actually take down Demus before Dipwood, just because he has 4 characters versus 3.
Yeah, and Couch, I'm not sure. He might have some better equipped some of his characters. Lydia definitely doing damage with that Dragon Whip. Edge doing a ton of damage.
And Scratch using his Siren for those gold dragons. He's going to stop them. And since unfortunately he doesn't have weak, it's going to be... Well, Bahamut will.
Yeah, he does have Bahamut, so that's definitely going to make things a lot faster.
Yeah. I was about to say, this might be a bit of a grind, but that just turned a heck of a lot easier. Although, only about 4k, so still some work to do.
I believe these have just under 10k life, so we'll be seeing him probably do some attacks, trying to get these down, life glitching one of them, getting himself a cool 90,000 experience for his Pody.
And that will definitely slingshot his Rydia, because his Rydia looks way behind. Or just Bahamut again. Easy.
Yeah, with those couple attacks, now he takes out both. So he's only going to get a 60,000 experience, but I'm sure he's still happy with that. Get a couple levels, maybe take on some more of these Lunar bosses. Let's see, Swimmy's taken out his Dark Elves, picked himself up a Gungnir Spear. Dipwood and Couch still slogging. Oh, Couch has defeated the Mist Dragon. We'll see what he gets at the top of the tower here.
Let's see if there's reward at the top of the tower.
Ooh, the first item is a package, but we still have, I guess, 2 more to go, being the Super Cannon and the D-Mist Jonin. Yeah. And yes, that is true. There's now 10 key items for Couch.
Yeah, so he is... I mean, they all must be thinking, man, we're all in go mode. Anyone could done at any moment, really.
Oh, definitely. Like, they're all thinking, did I miss something? Did I miss the siren somewhere? Did someone get that hook? Find them?
Yeah.
Who knows what's happening?
Definitely interesting question to ask, as Dipwood continues to slog through this fight. Couch running into a very, relatively speaking, tame Dark Elf guarding the Super Cannon.
Yeah, definitely. And this Super Cannon boss only has a few hundred life, if I recall. Scratch getting some levels. Looks like he might save up and head back. No, it looks like he's going to grind a little more just on these random encounters.
I think it's 597 HP in this spot. If the hook drops out of here, it might be a game changer. It might put Couch in the lead, as Dipwood has finally gotten through, and beaten Mist Dragon?
I don't believe Scratch took on the Lunar D spot yet. He took on the Plague spot for Yang and the Paladin spot for the Dark Elves.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I'm a little bummed too, Groundfiller, that there's not going to be music, but that happens.
Definitely. Scratch just grinding away. He might have decided that, he's done looking for items. He's just going to go to the grind mode, get to the levels, and go take on Zeromus.
Swimmy running into Ogo at, I believe that was Wyvern spot, so that's a big nope.
Yeah, he wants nothing to do with that fight. He'll go look for some easier prey.
Yeah.
Couch about to get his item from Super Cannon here. It is the Twin Herb.
Maybe.
Probably. I don't know if he'll use it. I'm gonna guess he's gonna go tone in the D-Mist item to Hoodie's mother first, but...
Yeah, while he has the option of music, will the hook be at the end of that trail? Or will Rydia's mom be ultimately holding onto the hook?
And he gets an Avenger sword from Rydia's mother. So, not what he was looking for. So now it has pretty much the decision, does he go to the moon, or does he go to music?
Or does he climb ordeals and make Cecil useful?
That is quite possible too. With that Avenger sword, it's definitely a lot more, enticing to turn Cecil into a paladin, to go all berserk on Zeromus. And
it looks as though that is a play he's going to make. I like this play. The Avenger sword is a great sword. If it was any other sword, even the Excalibur, I would have said no. But you want that auto berserk. It makes the fight so much easier. Black Hole says magics are invalid, and the Avenger sword says not on my watch.
Yeah, we saw Swimmy picking up his pass from Yang, Dipwood getting his Twin Herb from the Super Cannon, probably about to go get his Avenger as well. And Scratch just kind of grinding away here.
Of everyone, I would say that Scratch is probably in the lead, just because, just looking at the HP totals overall, it looks like he has found the most levels.
Yeah, and I think at this point he's resigned himself to just grinding here. We see Ashura in Ogo Pogo spot. We'll see if he decides to try and fully fight this fight. His Rosa does not know Wall yet, so he'd have to double Star Veil if he wants to, get those reflected spells.
Yeah, which he definitely wants to. That Cure 3 hitting for 4k almost.
Oh, we actually see Dipwood activating his package, finding Dark Knight Cecil and fighting it?
Interesting. I'm not quite sure what he's doing here. He has a Dark Knight Cecil. He doesn't...
And he's already fought the Mist Dragon, so I can't imagine what he might be doing here. He might not have saved. Would be my bet. We'll see if he just kind of immediately bails after this cutscene here. But we'll see. Couch making quick work of these fights up on Mount Ordeals. Gonna find himself a Bahamut summon. Paladin Cecil, pretty much.
Yep, two good plays there. As we see Dipwood, he's not going to finish that chain. He's going to just go back.
Yeah, it looks like Dipwood went into the front of Mist, forgot he had the package, and activated the cutscene.
And he probably wasn't sure when he saved, so let's just go through it, make sure. And he gets his very own Avenger sword.
Now we'll see if he makes the play now to go to Mount Ordeals to get his Paladin Cecil with that Avenger, and follow up what Couch is doing. Looks like Swimmy has decided to beat the Sashura fight, so they'll be grinding away here. Scratch just grinding away in general.
Just like we used to do at home. Just walk back and forth and just gain levels. Eventually be good.
Yeah, Supremacy is right. Thank you very much, Night Dew, for tracking for us. Supremacy, our restreamer, and all of our runners for giving us this great show. Make sure to give everyone a follow, as well as my co-commentator, NitsGuy1.
Absolutely. Shout out to Khobahi, amazing runner of this game, and my co-commentator. I'm privileged to be able to commentate with this fine player, skillful, teaching me the ropes. One day, hope to be half as good as him.
Yeah, and Swimmy, for his trouble, finds a massive immunity from Ashura. He'll be happy for the item, not quite so for... Actually, at this point, probably just the item and experience he's happy with.
Hey, if someone said, here's a mass immune, I'm not saying no.
Yeah, and we do see Dipwood making the same ordeals play. Gonna
Very
go save.
interesting. Like, you gotta be wondering, if you're Dipwood and Couch, you're like, man, I feel like I'm so far behind. Even though the reality is they're all still neck and neck. So.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear after the race what all the racers thought of their position in this, given, go mode so early, but no way to really kind of just go straight to the last boss.
Absolutely. Again, ScratchDragon employing old school strats, just walk back and forth, get those gold and silver dragons. It's not as good as 2 gold dragons, but...
Yeah, we see Couch now going to the moon. He might be thinking, with that Avenger Sword and a Bahamut for Rydia, he's ready to just grind it out, maybe fight some bosses for some quick experience. Swimmy has found the evil wall in the Lunar D spot. Might not be the most fun fight, but we'll see.
See Rydia doing work with Bahamut there, doing a little more damage now, about 6k. Able to take out that silver dragon. And able to life glitch it. Not as good as the gold dragon, but still something.
No, definitely. And none of these runners may feel very far ahead. Scratch is doing basically what he thinks will get him to the end now, hoping that no other runner found a faster way to go about this.
Yeah. It's got to be a bit unnerving for our runners. They're all thinking, man, there's going to be a dot done any second now, and have I made the right play?
Let's check in at that shop on the moon again, maybe going more for some more balance finds, maybe some more of those hourglass 2s that are in there.
Scratch is close.
Yeah, at this point in time, I would say Scratch is probably in the lead with the levels he has. With the fact that it looks like he's consigned himself to grinding here, I'd figure he's going to get to a level he's comfortable with and go into the fight.
Again, Couch doing what he does best, selling everything in the bag.
Including the Bahamut summon, which I find very interesting.
Couch is I think he leans to more like Berserk strats than Reflect strats.
Oh, I just mean, even just if he consigns himself to grinding here, Bahamut's probably, even with all those Bacchus Rhines, Avenger Sword, and Edge, who knows?
Oh, no, you're absolutely right. Evil Wall approaching closer and closer to Swimmy as you see the full sprite on the screen.
Yeah,
will he get crushed? Who knows?
We'll see. I mean, Edge is dealing out a decent amount of damage here. Even Cecil's putting out almost 1,000. So, yeah, Edge is doing 3,500, and down goes the Evil Wall here. Couch is actually going back to Earth. Going back into that barren area. We'll see what Swimmy finds here. There is our hook and an Artemis bow. Both probably good items. So we'll see if he takes that hook and sees what's in Eblon, or if he's just going to grind here.
He's going to grind. I think at this point he must think that he's got to be behind. Even though nobody's not done yet, he's probably thinking, man, if everyone else did this and I just did it. Hook would get him an admin too, Mr. Ubik. You are absolutely right.
Yeah, and I believe the hook also gives him his 10th key item, so he's now in double experience area.
It's interesting. He's gonna use his siren maybe.
Although I don't know if it bugs out if you use it in that door. Yeah, he just wasted his siren.
Oh. Swimmy.
That's very unfortunate when you first get your double experience. Go to get that 180,000 experience and use it in a doorway. Looks like he's going to exit out. I wonder if he's going to go look for sirens in that Eblon cave. I would bet that's what he's doing. He might grab himself an adamant armor, go look for some sirens.
Yeah, that's unfortunately that might be the turning point there. Basically, giving up 100,000+ experience and having to hope that sirens are basically in Eblin Cave. Otherwise, he's really got to feel like he's behind.
Yeah, Scratch definitely has the levels where you can defeat Zeromus if he's comfortable with it, with his equipment and setup. We'll see if he goes maybe doing 1 or 2 more fights on the way down. We actually have Swimmy going into to grab his hovercraft, so I'm betting he's going to go check out that Evelyn shop.
Blandation, the red window color is for Group Baron. So, red wings for Barons, so the red colors.
Yeah, basically for this set of the Highway to the Zemus-Zone playoff matches, there was 4 different groups, each represented by a color in a town, this being Dipwood's draft group, having the color red, and Baron for the red ones.
And Dipwood finally making his first dip into the Lunar subtrain. I wonder where he's going to go. It looks as though he's going to go fight those bosses with more key items, perhaps.
Yeah, we see Couch in the evil wall in the D-Lunar spot. One of the highest experience spot in the game as well, though he resets out after he takes 1,800 damage straight up. Swimmy toning into that pink tail to get himself a rat tail, or an adamant armor. We'll see. Yeah, he's picking up the hovercraft. He's going to Eblon Cave.
That's, you got to think at this point that's the only play I got.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not behind.
Scratch taking out a couple more fights here on the moon. Looks like Couch is doing the same thing. Toning on encounters, walking back and forth.
Hey, it's... you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm just glad to see that we're over an hour in and nobody is finished, so I'm happy about it.
Ooh, the gamble does not pay off. Only Kyoto and Homies, so this is a sirenless seed. Swimmy probably not happy with seeing that. Probably knows that he's now wasting time. I hope the other runners maybe did the same. I expect him to head straight back to the moon to fight some more fights.
You're absolutely right, Rivers. He got chaos dunked by Eblin Castle. Or Eblin Cave.
I mean, he is now the only runner with an adamant armor, so he does have that slight advantage. But it looks like ScratchDragon is going for Zeromus.
I like this play. It's, you gotta go. At some point, you're thinking, geez, in the last race, we had a tie for second. Anybody could be this close. So he's just gonna walk in and hope for the best.
Definitely. And Scalicity in chat saying, catchphrase now, whose butt do we kick tonight? The Z flag being one of the community favorites. The person we're going to fight in the Zeromus fight is still technically Zeromus, but it might not look like him.
Yeah. It could be Ultrosmus. It could be Krakenmus. I'm hoping for RNGness. That's what I'm going to say here, Khobahi. Because I love RNG.
That's fair enough. We'll see what we get here in a second, though. Couch just grinding away. Dipwood making some saves, maybe checking some bosses. Ooh. Swimmy finding Kainazo in the Bahamut cave. That is definitely not value.
No, that's the opposite of value. All these shakes. This is... I don't know how this is going to go, Cotton.
Yeah, his Cecil's at a interesting level right now. I'd say he probably has 31 or 32 agility.
Yeah, it was at least 2 or 3 times there.
Oh no! And we find X Decimus.
I hate this boss.
So we now get to fight ourselves an evil tree.
Tree versus party of 5. What do you do?
You berserk up a bunch of people and just hit them a bunch of times. Gotta chop that tree down.
Seems. And cast Bahamut now. When you cast Bahamut, does Zeromus not counter with something evil?
Oh no, it's just a virus. I mean,
just
not
virus.
the greatest, but
Okay.
I believe
could
it's
be worse.
white you don't want to hit him with.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah, he's just gonna take that virus and heal himself up here.
Fair enough. I thought it was summons did something worse, but that's right. And does a little curing here. Next death is gonna shape. And we're gonna see his first big bang. Maybe.
And we saw him throw a snow veil up on Sid. I wonder if he actually meant to throw the silk web that he's now throwing to Lydia. But we'll see if he actually does any sort of reflect strats. Swimmy has Kainazo in that totaling phase, so he should be dead soon, and he is. Dipwood fighting Yang.
And Lydia's down.
But
Which
also,
isn't the end of the world.
and we find ourselves a Sand Ruby in Cave Bahamut.
Just in case people forgot, it's Sid who's sleeping in Kaipo. So that would be no value, K-Pop.
Yeah. Yeah, for just a reminder, like being the playoff race, the top 3 of this race will move on to a second race. Sadly, the person who comes in 4th will not be moving on in the tournament. It's just the way it's set up right now, so one person has to go, so all these racers, Scratch is looking very comfortably in the lead right now, with Couch grinding up, Dipwood fighting some bosses, and Swimmy's not that far behind, but has to make his way back down the Lunar subterranean here.
Yeah, a little bit of extra time. I think it's just a matter of Scratch not really familiar with how this party works and Cecil's agility and.
Yeah. I believe Rivers Dipwood also has the Avenger Sword for Cecil. It's just Swimmy that does not have it, as he did not take the Earth Crystal route through Tower, through all of that.
Absolutely. At this point, even it's not a guarantee for Scratch. You know, there's still a lot of work. There's going to be an HP refill. There's no reflect strats going on here. Riddy is hanging by a thread.
Yeah, and you see Mortal kind of saying, Couch has killed off his Cecil, level 44-45 with 28 agility. Is going to optimize basically the speed of Zeromus for his fight. But I mean, it is very true. Anyone could take a wipe to Zeromus, especially doing these manual grinds. You may or may not get a high enough level. You may go a little earlier than you wanted to, thinking you're behind, but we'll see what happens.
Probably the ideal there for Scratch, Rydia back down on the floor rather than having one of your other 4 top characters be nuked, because this Big Bang... I think he got the nerf off, but he didn't.
He doesn't, but everyone lives through it, and is going to cure up with Rosa. I mean, as long as he can keep his party alive and doesn't take a super high Big Bang, he should be safe here. Might have to take a couple heals per round here with, I guess, a less equipped Rosa. He might not have a good staff for her.
No, exactly. As we see, Swimmy is going to find out the bad news at Wyvern here. That it's everyone's favorite Ogo. And he's going to stick around. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he may just heal up and try and berserk up and get through this fight pretty fast. I mean, the Wyvern spot's health, I don't think is the highest, but still not the most fun fight. And you see Edge putting out 4,000 damage around, so...
That's very true.
I believe
and
he might have
nuke
given
on
him the
Rosa.
adamant armor.
And
Ooh,
Rosa
yeah.
is down. Eee.
Luckily, he never actually berserked up Sid, and also just got a black hole. So he's going to be able to go kind of chemist mode with Cecil and Sid here, and most likely recover from this.
Very lucky. Very lucky there. Fortunate, I'll say.
Yeah, he has Rosa back alive, those a couple Cure 3s, everyone's back to full life, and he should be good.
And actually, Swimmy getting through that Ogo fight, like you said, there wasn't a lot of HP at Wyvern.
No, and at this point, he's going to get himself a white robe, which is actually really nice for Rosa. But at this point, he's pretty much looking for the experience from these bosses.
Yeah, the items are a nice one. It's low 40s for Swimmy. He is just going to exit out. As Scratch continues this fight. This fight has been going on for a long time.
Yeah, but with his chemist strats, it looks like, he's taking the safe route through. He should be able to finish this off. He's already gone through the health refill. He's just looking to get that last bit of damage in there.
Very true, very true. I always, whenever my Z fights go long, although now he's in Meteor phase, so...
Yep, we have found Meteor.
He's breathing a sigh of relief now. Edge is down, but that's okay. Got less than 12k health left for Zeromus there. He just needs to finish the job here.
And Swimmy has actually left the moon here. I wonder if he's gonna go with that pass with the levels he has to see if he can get a fight edged out.
Maybe the pass does save.
Oh, he's heading to the underground.
Oh, and that Meteor hitting everybody. So close.
Yeah, looks like Swimmy might be going down to the Fame-Ouch bosses?
No, Swimmy, go back. You have Crystal. You're in go mode. Like the experience at these bosses is not anything even close. So.
No, I'm surprised he didn't just turn on his encounters like everyone else has done at this point and just kind of grind a few levels if he wasn't comfortable with where he was.
Yeah, this is definitely, we see Scratch still in the Meteor phase. Still, this is the longest Meteor phase I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I believe Edge was most of the damage. Cecil, I don't believe he has the Avenger, and I think Sid has an Earth Hammer.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of whittling away here, trying to finish this fight. At this point, I think he's got this wrapped up. I don't think there's any... And there's the flash right there.
GG to ScratchDragon winning in an official SRL time of 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 42 seconds. Way to go. Way to reach the next round. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, definitely GG to him. And we see Couch heading down to his Zeromus fight, happy with the levels that he has. Dipwood, I would assume, is going to be there soon. Maybe wants, 2,000 health on Rosa or so. And Swimmy's kind of fighting some random bosses down in the Fame-Ouch.
Yeah, now that they've seen the first dot done, Couch has got to be feeling all right. Dipwood's probably a little scared because he's still grinding, and Swimmy, I'm not. I think he's forgotten what he has. He must have.
It's possible. It's possible he's just scrambling at this point, trying to find any experience he can. Maybe he's not used to turning encounters on to grind.
That's definitely possible. I know he is a newer runner, but he has obviously adapted quite well to come this far.
Definitely. We see Couch entering his Zeromus fight here, about to be taking on his ex-Zemus.
Chop down the cherry tree, Couch. I know you can do it. I Couch in a little bit better position. His His Rosa's at 2500 HP. He probably fully expects Rydia to die.
He's also just bazooking up Rydia here.
There you go. For all your Berserk Rydia fans out there, you're going to see Rydia do work. Hopefully. Okay, she wasn't the target of that nuke, so...
Nah, Cecil's the target, and he's probably completely happy with that at this point.
Hey, Rydia getting into 4-digit damage. 11 hundo. Definitely no slouch there.
Yeah, Swimmy finding himself the spoon off of the Leviathan Luge. I think Couch at this point is just going to be in Cure and Berserk mode and just kind of taking this fight.
Yeah, just take it nice and easy. Nothing to worry about too much there. Is Swimmy giving us the poison walk. And we have ScratchDragon joining us, I believe.
Yes, we do. ScratchDragon, GG. Congrats on winning the race.
GG. I'm just making sure I'm pinching myself a couple times here. I actually won this, right?
Yes, you did.
I'm not playing on the wrong seed or anything, right?
No, everyone was definitely playing the same seed. It was definitely a, kind of early go mode into no way to level up except grinding.
So, my question is then, because at every point I picked up something, I'm there like, well, I found this, I'm probably behind. I found the Darkness Crystal, I'm probably behind. Oh, look, the pass, I'm probably behind.
I was mentioning that to Khobahi, that all of you guys must have thought at any point, oh geez, I'm behind. Oh geez, I'm behind. And then you were just, like I said, you were just old school. Like, I just need levels. I'm just gonna walk back and forth and get levels. And turns out that was the best strategy. How'd you think the Z fight went there? It seemed you seemed a little out of your comfort zone.
I was playing it super safe. As you saw, I was on battle speed 3 for the fight. I was really questioning what I was doing in the fight because I felt super undergeared. Like, I knew I skipped a whole slew of chests that could have had any number of items that could have helped me, but I was banking on the fact that a Berserk Cecil and a Berserk Edge would get me through the fight, and whenever I could get Rydia up to cast Bahamut was good as well. The other thing was I was just playing it super safe by throwing a bunch of I was trying to nerf the big bangs as much as possible because Rosa, any bad roll and it killed Rosa could mean the end of my fight. So
yeah, I noticed you had her go down, but had Sid and a recent black hole to go into recovery mode with your, Cure 3s and lives.
So while I was running this entire seed, I was thinking to myself, if the only way I'm ahead is that I dipped Baron early and got some really good stuff, and I dipped Ordeals fast enough to get Bahamut. That was the only reason why I would have even had an inkling that I was ahead or was winning.
Definitely, yeah, and I believe you were the first person to go and get the Bahamut summon on Ordeals, which I felt probably led you to, being a little easier grind there on the moon once you got there.
Yeah, that and the fact that I made the snap call because I was so underleveled that I was just going to check bosses until I found something easy to beat, and lo and behold, I found Triple Imp.
Wow, yeah, no, and you had to take a couple tries at that to make sure you got the hourglass off, but it worked out for you.
Well, I mean, the first time it wasn't unexpected that I would wipe because their speed was so much better than mine. But I just needed either one of these guys to live or just use extra hourglasses on anyone that lived. It was just an unfortunate they hit not Edward. Edge, yeah. Same person. Early on in the fight, so what can we do?
And just a quick update, yeah, we have Couch slogging away in his X-Demon's fight. Got a Berserking away, healing with Rosa. We had Swimmy just use the pass and go in, albeit at a bit lower level, so it might be a little more dangerous. And it looks like Dipwood might be setting up here to make the slog down and go for his fight himself.
Except we have a problem. I know you didn't pick it up, Scratch, but Couch was able to get Avenger, but He misequipped, and it's unarmed Berserk Cecil. So he's doing about 200 damage.
Ooh. Where was the Avenger?
You know, that's a great question.
I'll have to go look back at the VODs then, because I know I skipped so many chests that I said I'm just gonna go, because I looked at my inventory and I said I had the Darkness Crystal and I had the Crystal. I was there like, all right, there's no more stop.
Yeah, the Avenger came from Rydia's mother, which the Mist Dragon was at the top of the tower in the underground. So, kind of... People ended up getting the Earth Crystal, going through that, finding a tower key, doing the tower, getting the Twin Hub, but then eventually deciding to go to the moon.
Thanks. Thank you, chat, for helping me out there. It looks as though, even though Cecil's only doing 80 damage, he is in the medial phase there.
Yeah, and we do see a flash, so that means Couch has finished second with an official SOL time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 43 seconds. So definitely both Swimmy and Dipwood are probably sweating a little bit here. You know, is the other person in the fight? Are they ahead of me? What's going on?
This is definitely going to come down to the frames. We have Swimmy just coming into the fight. Any final thoughts really quickly, Scratch?
I mean this fully jokingly before anyone takes this the wrong way, but I told you to clean your necks. No, these guys are great, and I was sweating the entire time. I'm fortunate and privileged to play against these guys, and to Swimmy and Dipwood, may the best man win for third, and then for fourth place, you are the winner. You are free. The rest of us will have to keep playing.
Definitely.
Thank you so much again. ScratchDragon, our first place winner, and he will be going on to face two of his other opponents here. One's going to go on from Dipwood and SwimmyLionni. Couch will move on in second place.
Definitely. And yeah, to talk about these fights a little, Swimmy does have the lower levels, but with the equipment he has, his edge is doing a ton of damage. And I believe he's sitting around making sure he nerfs these big bangs so that his low HP Bodhi does not get taken out. Like, he's doing this pretty safe. He has hopefully tied this up. We'll see. Dipwood hoping he doesn't, hoping he can make it in there soon.
Unfortunately, Dipwood Avenger glitched from a Legend Sword, so while he's doing more damage than Couch, he's only putting out about 800.
Yeah, and his edge doing about 3,000 in comparison to Swimmy's, which is doing, 3.3 to 4.
That could definitely make the difference there. Although a big crit there for 2K. This is going to go down to the wire, folks.
Definitely, a bad big bang taking out some key podium members, and we could see either of these players, possibly wiping. And we are joined by our second place finisher, Couch23. Couch, how do you feel about this?
He feels so good.
Muted mic.
He feels so good about it.
Sorry, I just had to finish getting my mic all fixed.
That's okay.
I was pretty worried when I saw Scratch finish.
So just to update everybody really quickly, Couch, we'll come back to you. SwimmyLionni in the medial phase, Dipwood not. It looks like maybe Swimmy will move on. He is boxing up his team. I swear it's coming.
Yeah, and there's the flash. So Swimmy, our third place finisher, with a SOL time of 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 39 seconds, which unfortunately means Dipwood is going to be eliminated from this group of 4.
Wow, GG, what are your thoughts, Couch? You survived to play the game another day.
I spent way too much time after I got 10 key items looking for the hook. because I was hoping maybe Eblon Cave would have sirens, and then it just all of a sudden popped in my head like I can just go get in random encounters.
Yeah,
Well,
you and Dipwood pretty much did all of the same things. You just were a little bit ahead and got to that grinding ahead of them. Swimmy actually did find the hook, and there was only Kyotos and homies in that bunk cave.
Yeah. So you didn't miss out. So GG to you. Your thoughts on grinding without sirens?
It's not bad. It's just it takes time finding the right encounters in the lunar subterranean.
Yeah, definitely it's a little slower, and I believe the reason Scratch kind of pulled ahead is he got down there and eventually fought a couple bosses, but then, he just went straight to grind mode. He got that Bahamut earlier with Rydia and kind of used that to take out the first few fights.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Scratch played the game like it was 1901. Just grinded levels. Excellent. Your thoughts on Jet Seed? Like, it was a Jet Seed to start, and then it was, teach me how to grind, senpai.
I'm bad at jet seeds, and I was distraught as soon as I saw Crystal at Baronin. I don't even remember where Crystal was.
Crystal was with Baronin. You were right.
Okay, yeah. It was. I saw Crystal and I was worried, and then I saw Darkness Crystal show up at Pan, and I was just even more worried, and I was like, this is gonna be a terrible seed, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I gotta go find these people. Hopefully I can find somebody that knows weak, like Fu or Tella, and we can get a grind done that way, but alas.
It definitely, and what happened during your Z fight? I noticed your Cecil was definitely not putting out the damage he should normally do.
Oh, that was intentional. I was gonna have him just punch with his fists, but I just figured the Avenger Sword would be just as good, and he'd get a little speed boost too.
Okay. It's for the fans, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Appreciate that. Any final thoughts on facing off against your two opponents, ScratchDragon and SwimmyLionni?
It should be a great race between us three. GG to Scratch and Swimmy. I'm sorry to Dipwood, who did not make it. They played really well the whole tournament. Just unfortunate that this seed was just really weird.
Yeah, definitely. It had you looking for answers with nothing to really be found.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right,
well,
thank you very much.
Couch. Yeah, thank you for your time, and I'll let you go continue your practice. Final Fantasy IV pre-Enterprise, of course, for your next match. And thank you again for stopping by for the interview.
All right, thanks for having us, and take care.
So I think we're going to be joined by our third place winner, SwimmyLionni, in just a moment here, as Dipwood is just finishing out. He is in medio phase.
Hey everyone.
Hey, welcome, Sony. Congratulations on third place and moving on.
Thank you. Congrats to everyone else.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on initial thoughts on that seed and how it played out?
Like I just said in the chat, I've been practicing these flags a lot for weeks on end. I've never had a seed like that. Never. Where I just could not find any way to grind whatsoever. I had to go to moon bosses before getting 10 key items. I've just not seen that. So I think that seed played to all of my weaknesses.
Yeah, we definitely had a few runners that were kind of looking around for a way to level, trying to find some way to go about it. People eventually just kind of deciding grinding on the moon was their best bet.
And of course I goofed with that siren, that messed me up pretty badly. But that's okay.
Yeah, I saw you using that. Saw you go into your inventory in that doorway and immediately knew it was about to happen.
I actually did not know that, clearly. But lesson learned.
I think we've all done that at least once, but usually we have 30 sirens and not just one.
Yeah, and the time that you learn that lesson, you don't want it to be like a league match where where someone is already finished. Like, not good. Oh well.
Oh, but you made it. Your thoughts on facing your competitors in the next round, ScratchDragon and Couch 23? How do you think it's gonna go?
Bring it on. No, I'm really excited for the next race. I just love this whole community and all these people I'm racing, so I'm stoked to have made it this far. I'm stoked to continue, and I hope everyone has fun.
Fair enough, and GG again, and we'll definitely see you in the next race.
All right,
Good luck to you
everyone.
there.
GG.
Have a good
So
night.
You too.
thank you again. Yes, thank you for stopping by. SwimmyLionni finishing third in our first Baron round.
Yeah,
and
and
will
definitely remember, give every one of these races a follow. They all run. They all entertain us. Thank you again to Nightdew for tracking, Supremacy for doing a restream, and this guy for co-commentating with me. Give everyone a follow. We're all part of this community and love the Final Fantasy Free Enterprise Randomizer, and definitely play a bunch. And some of us in this tournament as well, and we'll see where we go from there.
Absolutely. I couldn't say more. Thank you, Khobahi. It was great, minus the little technical glitch we had at the beginning. I hope we get to do it again soon. And again, everyone give Khobahi a follow. He's an awesome. Give everyone else a follow. And